Okay, Amadeus taking off. Bromide right away. I love to see that. Opens up options. Makes going to the library sooner potentially the right play. Oh, is this like that far behind or okay? Yeah, just a delay. All right, I'm gonna turn this down to my own ears, but I think it's fine. Yeah, it's fine on the. Okay, I didn't see that accessory because I was messing with volume, but I will see it when Yeehaw picks it up here. Dress. Flying Edge. Oh, rip. Not opening the brown chest. Oh, Strider Belt. Okay, cool. That must be why there's all the sliding. Pirate Hat. Not going to the right to grab the money and the stat up either. So Amadeus is much more either confident in like the game knowledge or wow. Okay, is this the seat I just played? Like it's literally the Flying Edge, Strider Belt, um Dimension Shift on Cannon Mort. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, you went to the room on the right there to pick up the money and the stat up. I like that, but I mean, if you're confident in your ability, you can skip that kind of stuff. The problem with not picking up guaranteed money, especially early, is that if there's something great in the shop, you might not be able to afford it. Uh, you know, like a good weapon or food or something, food ingredients. Okay, talisman scarf. At least it wasn't tattered. Look, Ma, it's not tattered. Okay, now does he have the knowledge to dimension shift up? Ooh, he does, and he skips the accessory just like my dummy face did in the seat I just ran. Okay, so this is the first opportunity for there to be a huge discrepancy. If that accessory is something good, even if it's not um, glasses, but if it's like moon belt or something like that on that level, that could be massive. Because moon belt is faster than Strider belt. Okay, gambler's ring. Yeah, any luck piece would have been huge. Um, yeah, either one, plunder or gamblers. That could drastically alter the amount of farming. Tis Rafe. Whatever. However, sometimes Tis can be crafted into Tis Recian, which is pretty good. Morgenstern there. Nothing to really care about on Alma's side. It's going to be interesting with the 10-second difference. Okay. Oh, Graham? Zoomies. Let's go. I'm a fighting with Graham. Yeah, I would fight with Graham here. Flying Edges, whatever. You can be in the boss's face. A lot of people still pushing that box a little too far. You can save like a second or like a couple frames there. Doesn't have to be all the way over to the right. You can actually make that jump from the box almost being completely underneath the platform, actually. But, Okay, more waystones. So this is going to be interesting. I haven't really gotten a feel for what Amadeus likes to do yet, watching the tournament matches. But again, I think that they didn't even know what they like to do yet, considering they're coming into the tournament without a ton of reps, in this particular game. But I mean, if you're wondering why their movement's so clean and all their combat's really good, it's because they are a veteran of one of the DS Vanias or multiple DS Vanias. I have to watch more of their archives in my spare time. I'm not a huge DS Vania guy, but clearly the skill and all the Ega Vanias will translate over. There's all sorts of complex inputs that need to be done in all the different games, just sometimes in different areas. Ooh, shield weapon, boom, get that shit, get that. Valkyrie dress. Okay, I respect getting Valkyrie dress over shield weapon, but you can get both. Get shield weapon. Joyce is good as well. It's a rapier. Its attack is a little bit faster, but the swing animation is different than sword, so it's a little bit more awkward to use. But I think it does swing a little faster. Warlock's necklace? I mean, I'd probably farm that. That's the reducing mana one, right? Or is that the one that's just makes you immune to some stat? I can't remember which one is which, but if that's the mana reducing necklace, I'd farm that right now. No guarantee you're going to find G-Bulls anywhere. Although this could be a play, like, I have seen Scott farm the first recipe more often than not. I do as well. So if Amadeus is aware of that, this could just be a hedge against that to try to put some more time in between them. What is Yeehaw going to do here? He's going to go farm it. I like this play. I think. Yeah, turn in some rice. Okay. Hedging to find salt later. Oh, what's going on here? Oh no, did his controller die or something? Oh no. No. Say it ain't so. Oh, did he save? Did he save underground? Was that a soft lock? Was that a soft lock of some kind, or was that like the controller like desyncing? What happened? Oh no, what happened? Oh, soft lock. Oh, now an Amadeus has manju, which is a great food. Like, if he can find Algas and break that, like, it's over, right? Like, what is that, like a 6-minute lead? Jeez. Oh, it kills your control. Okay, so that's a rare soft lock. It kills your controller's inputs. Like, your controller just doesn't work. You have to reset the game. That's crazy. Wow. Iga, please. Can you guys patch this shit? Like, the new content's coming. Let's go. Let's get some randomizer patches. It's only 8 years old. Well, 8 years from funding, I guess. The game came out in 2019, technically, so it's 4 years old. All right. I don't think Amadeus picked up any purples that are relevant, because I don't see him using any, so. Farming the toads. I like orphaning toads, or maybe doing one round. See, this I like. I like doing one round of toads, quick, kill them. If they drop, cool. If they don't, whatever, move on. There's another room that's faster on the other side of garden, and they have such a low drop rate that it's and that spot's so bad it's bait, I think. Now, ooh, Taib, yeah. So now it's just all about finding Zangetsuto, and it's pretty much over, I think. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Yeah, what is... Oh, yeah, what... The only thing I don't like the Great Sword, but if you can cancel it, like Amadeus is doing, then it's pretty good. For the toads, anyway. Toads are a little bit tough to hit. Great Sword's one of the easier weapons to hit them with, because it swings all the way to the floor, without you having to hold down forward. But it also is slow. Okay, yeah. Amadeus is going to check for better weapons here. Lethal Boot's not going to do it. And he can do this with Dimension Shift, because he can just go right back up. Not going to check all the way to the... Okay, yeah. I was like, wait, no, he's not going to check the weapon on the right. So you go down and check the weapon on the left, it's garbage. And then you don't check the weapon on the right? Wait, do Lethal Boots poison? If so, they're not garbage. One of the boots poisons. I can't remember which one. I'm assuming it is the Lethal Boots, right? Which I might have even had last seed and then, like, forgot that they poisoned. Yeah. Joya's, whatever it is, going to make short work of everything. Reflector Ray. Okay. But again, I think the shield weapon's a better look, because with the shield weapon, you don't need any, or, I mean, not better, but, like, with the shield weapon, you don't need any kind of, anything for Dom, right? So there's no guarantee. Now, it turns out in this seed it's not going to matter, because Amadeus found Fal Taib, which is, great for Dom anyway. But... shield weapon I'd rather have for Dom than any other weapon. Basically almost invalidates her. She can still hit you in between like the frame or two of animations, but If you just take enough healing, it's pretty much a guaranteed victory. Whereas, if your combat's not great, this is a much riskier path to take. But, I mean, Amadeus could just be super confident in their combat, which they should be. And then, But I think that is the Joyzy also Holy Element? Because if it is, that means it's going to do even less damage to her. I believe. Deep Sinks? Okay. Kitchen Sink. Not what you want to see here. Checking the safety. Let's see if there's anything at the safety spot. Man, Scott... Yeehaw's only back to the shop. Ugh. That's tough. I suppose, though, what this is going to do for Yeehaw is make them make some kind of crazy play, like go all the way right. With Dimension Shift, you can just go all the way right. So the route that Amadeus is taking right now, which is just Deep Sinker and no backup, no safety for movement, you can kind of do what I did when I just played a seed where I had Dimension. We had all the same stuff, basically, and I went up to grab the teleporter and entrance, and then I went all the way right. I skipped all this stuff that Amadeus is doing right now. And I was basically gambling on a couple blue checks and whatever white was in the library, and then grabbing the books when everybody else I figured would go this way. Maybe grab one offensive shard or like enough money to buy enough MP regen, because we had Ravenous Rood, and then using that. A Ruinous Rood, sorry. I combined Ravishing and Ruinous into one word there. Bone Toss on Ordog. Okay. Good drop. Like, that was fast. Don't have to worry about Ordog now. Kill this Gargoyle. Gold Shard incoming. Regenerate. Not nothing. It's not great. It's not nothing, though. Ravishing Ruinous Rood. Hall of Famer. For people who don't know, that's a reference to Rick Rude, the late great wrestler. One of my favorite wrestlers of all time. If you were alive in the 90s or watching wrestling, you would have seen him running around with Shawn Michaels and D-Generation X in the very beginning. Rocking the pinstripe suits. Being awesome. After his career was over, he sadly was injured and had to retire much before he should have in his career. Oh, put the voice changer on, Amadeus. I mean, we have the audio muted so to not have the double commentary, but you got to equip the voice changer. Come on. Dimension Shift. Come on. Okay, this is a smart route, though. He's going to check the back location. If you think you're ahead, this is the way you should be going. I'm very interested to see what Yeehaw's going to do here, though. I would love to see the full right side route. Okay, not even going up top to check the stat potion. Knowing they're behind, making some adjustments. Lost 6 minutes to a soft lock. Uh-oh. Oh, and the Zangetsu 12 is in the backup location. That is super unlucky for Yi. I don't think there's anything stopping Amadeus except for mana regen from going to just beat the game right now. So... But I want to see if he's going to make this play to go right side. Because this is what you would have to do in this situation, I think. And, like, you might even go... after you kill Andy, if Andy gives you the ability to go to, like, Velik, I would do that as well. Got to gamble on Zangetsu being somewhere. And it should, because Deep Sinker's already over there, right? On the white shard, so... There's a chance that it isn't. It could be shortcut. But I don't know if the game is smart enough to know that Dimension Shift is an early drop, so that it... I don't think Andy can be shortcut with there being no safety and Deep Sinker on the left side. I think Andy has to be a movement white shard. Yeah, I don't think the game's smart enough to know that Dimension Shift's available early. So... It should be placing whites basically independently from all the other shards that get placed. At least the built-in one does. I'm pretty sure the fan randomizer has all those equations factored in. Ooh, the worst familiar in the game. You'll never see a Boer. He has some funny jump and movement tech, but mostly he just gets in your way. So that's why anybody that picks him up immediately unequips him. So, gonna check this item here. Key item? No. Don't really need it. Everything else is already in the bank. Okay. I'm sorry, Yeehaw picking up this quest. I don't know why I keep saying Scott. Yeehaw picking up this quest completion here. Now, I don't hate this, but I would go right from here. No, they're gonna keep going left. Okay. Well, I mean, this is correct, but you know, assuming you didn't know and you've lost a bunch of time, I think you have to kind of make a wild play, especially against like solid runners. You're just not gonna make up 6 minutes any other way. This could also, if Yeehaw has a waystone here, which I think they do, this could also just be a check of the white shard and then an instant waystone, then teleporting back over, and then going. Oh, the backdoor into the. Okay, yeah, I like this too. This is good. Backdooring in. This means they don't have to do craft work. It's not gonna be punishing because it's not accelerator. Amadeus coming into G-Bull himself. No invert, so just gonna have to fight him straight up. But I mean, with Faltib, it's pretty easy. If you're not familiar with this, the way this works is G-Bull, once he gets under a certain amount of HP, the little moon that's up in the top will turn red, and then you have to jump up and slash that with Zangetsu to break the spell that is on him. Very similar to the way you have to defeat Death's little control-y ball in Soten, or you get the bad ending. Oh, please don't kill him. Yeah, and having a dimension shift up, actually, not having an actual movement shard. Not a movement white shard. Having both movement purples, though. Okay, waystone. So that means, yeah, Yee's going up here. Now, maybe grab this teleport. They have this Getsutor, though, so now, yeah, you don't even really need this teleport. You're not going to come back here. Okay, not dimension shifting through the ceiling there for some reason. I always forget I have stuff too. Like I forgot I had high jump in my last run in the race. Okay, I'm making the shops. Should be going towards the end of the game right now. No cursed ring. Diablo cap. Buy that. Yes, buy that. Buy that. Buy the Diablo cap. Come on. Yep. Buy it. Yep. Okay. That's going to be better than healing if you can not get hit. And you can always just like open some chests on your way through Den and Tomb, and whatever money you pick up, you can teleport from Tomb back to the shop and buy some healing. But the Diablo cap is definitely 100%. You want that. Highest int boosting hat available. It's going to make Dom much faster, which means you shouldn't need as much healing. Considering you've got the best Dark Shard for damage per second. It is the riskiest one, though. Nope. Don't go to Hall. Go. What is Amadeus doing? Okay. Are they going to go up? Oh, they're going to go in the library from the back door. Okay. So they maybe are not confident in the money count, the healing count, whatever it is. So they're going to go back door in the library, grab their books off of OD, and that's going to give them probably everything that they're going to need. Even if it's only the one directional damage shard, that's pretty good. But they're going to also have to fight Abyss Dragon by going in this way. This is faster. But yeah, Abyss Dragon's not going to care too much about the damage from the Dark Shard. No, put the Diablo cap on. Yeah, there you go. Amadeus does not need the purple drop off of this, so luck is not a big deal. Has Valkyrie armor on? That looks like Valkyrie. Yeah, that's Valkyrie. So you can just, yeah, he's not going to take much from dark. He does dark damage, so he is resistant to dark, which is, a pretty natural way it goes. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way. You've got the boss down in Lethal Lava Land who does fire damage and is also weak to fire and not strong against it for some reason. I maintain that's because he looks undead, and it's not particularly about where he's at. However, it is weird to put the undead enemy in the. Okay, he did get the drop anyway, but it's nothing. It is a weird call to put the undead enemy in the lava, but this is not the first game to do it. I would draw your attention to Super Mario RPG, where in the bottom of the volcano, you kill the fire dragon guy, and then he turns into the undead dragon guy and hovers above fire somehow, and does not take a bunch of extra damage from the fire anyway. So it's not a completely undone design choice, I guess you would say. You'd call it. All right. Yi coming in. Same idea. Going up top into the Hall of Term from here. Amadeus maybe getting a little lost here. This is not taking him where I think. Yeah, okay. He's going to be able to slide down, but. Yep. This is an extra accessory check. I don't know if that was intentional on his part or not. If it was, I mean, that is a brilliant check here. But now, instead of just going down in the more traditional sense, yep. I mean, that's nope, not that way. Down again. Yep, there you go. Ama again is very new to Ritual, but great player. So I mean, I still forget what's around door number 3 sometimes. Okay, Deadeye Tome. Is he gonna kill Andy? Yeah, he's going to kill Andy. So another thing that could really trip people up, especially in the end game, against Bale is not having invert. If the cat is rolled and you don't have Aegis plate or invert, you're going to take a lot of damage because the platforms that you're supposed to use to stay above the lava that it summons are frankly terrible and have bad hitboxes and need to be fixed. Eager please. So this is invert. This is pretty huge. But even if it's double jump or high jump, which it should be considering Synchro was on the other side, any movement is going to help you in the last fight. Period. Invert will help you the most if it's cat. But even if it's high jump, you can kind of just continuously high jump, stay up in the air. Double jump will help you try to stay on the platforms if cat gets rolled. Also, double jump, it's just going to increase your movement speed through the den and all the other places. Same thing with the other two. Getting through den with just dimension shift is not amazing. Okay, not going to check the hat because they already have Diablo cat. I don't know why they switched to the Santa hat. There's nothing luck related to Andy there. Should have kept Diablo hat on. Yeehaw cleaning up Jeeble here. Very nice. But still 6 minutes behind. Not really losing extra time, though. I mean, maybe I would probably a little bit more cleaner routing, actually. Able to skip Craftwork and not being punished for that. Because it's not Accelerator or anything. That being said, they might have went and done Craftwork. I didn't. No, they didn't. It's not on the tracker, so that's good. Yeah. So just a raw time save, probably at least a minute, I would imagine, maybe more, because you got to go up there and then the fight as well. Probably more, probably a couple minutes. All right, but surely now Ama is going to go for end game here. A better weapon than Zegetsuto, movement, and Faltaib. So surely they're going to go to the den. Ooh, throwing axe. Not terrible. Useful in a pinch. I'm trying to talk less during this solo comm so as to leave room for if I was commentating with someone else to jump in. Also not getting as hype as I normally do. The soft lock was kind of deflating in the beginning, and then also I'm not trying to make a ton of noise. This late in my house, I do share my house with someone else, and they're on their regular 9 to 5 schedule. So when they go to bed, I try not to yell and scream. Okay, I was gonna say if Yi goes in a den here, it's even. But like, what do they do against Dom? Oh, Yi probably bought shield weapon, so they don't really need Foul Teeb. Okay, maybe just gonna check this armor, and maybe this was it a hat that's in the chest down here? Grabbing this teleporter. Surely Yeehaw saw the shield weapon in the shop and bought it. Okay, not going to check the armor up there. I guess you have Valk Dress, but you know, Aegis Plate's still, in theory, something you may want to have, depending on what your strategies are going to be. You know, if you're thinking no invert, Bale, Aegis Plate in theory could really take the pressure off of you if he rolls Cat. And it's unfortunate, but you know, since Bale's a fight after Dom, you can't just save after you kill Dominique and then reset the game over and over um, to get better RNG. So you'd have to do the whole Dom fight over again. Is Amadeus lost here? Oh, they're out of mana, and they need a dimension shift everywhere. Got it. Yep, you can double jump that. There you go. Yep, kill the torch. See, this is the disadvantage of not having a high jumper invert for Den. Double jump's great. Dimension shift's awesome. But if you run out of mana when you're trying to dimension shift across some of these gaps that require it, you're out of luck. Okay, yeah, kill this guy because he could drop a blue. No, Ama, go back and kill that guy. Oh. You need like 120 MP to get across, I think. That's not going to be enough. Yeah, he needs 15 for that last shift. Wow. Okay, well, this is opening the door for Yeehaw. Like, if safe ring in the same place as the race I just did. If Yeehaw finds like Void Ray or something and then like books it, oh, 8-bit coin. Okay, that could open up an interesting weapon option potentially. Yeah, don't go to library. You were already there. Maybe just farm Solano in this room below? Oh, no, wait, no, they didn't go to library. They were in hall. Okay, so you could go to library and get zoom, zoom, zoom. They could get okay, souffle, good food. Not healing for the MP. I would have maybe healed for the MP with Graham there. Amadeus now should know how much MP they need to get across. I think you need at least 90 if you do perfect dimension shifts. There you go. Farm that little torch thing. But they could also get a blue drop off the silver wolfman that's unique to the other wolfman. I'm surprised that well, again, this could just be game knowledge. I would just go ahead and I would kill that with the Joyous. It's probably going to be or Joyous. I don't know. I got to think of a funny nickname for that weapon. But yeah, you should kill this guy because it drops a blue, drops a unique blue, and Accelerator could actually just get him across with like 1 or 2 dimension shifts. I think. Okay, yeah, this should be enough now because he'll regenerate a little bit. 90 or is it 120? 105? Okay, yeah, 90 is enough to make it across from the side. Now you have to kill this Abyss Dragon. Yeah, just kill him. You got a great weapon. Just kill him. Leaving the door open for E here, though. I mean, if they can find, like, glasses or something. I mean, they can just skip double jump and... But, I mean, I'm assuming Yeehaw's going to go ahead and kill Andy here. Maybe triple book? I mean, you're down 6 minutes, right? You're half an hour in, but your opponent has not finished yet. So you could hedge that they took some bizarre route and they're stuck. Also, when you're racing Amadeus specifically, you may be able to use, again, some specific weird checks that you don't think that he may have looked into. Some grizzled old veteran checks, if you will. Because, Amadeus, again, skill-wise, easily probably at the top tier of this field. However, game knowledge-wise, again, very new to the game. Been practicing a lot, showed some really good knowledge with that extra accessory check going through library. We'll just give him credit whether he meant to or not on that. He knew that it was the broken wall was there, so I'm going to say it was intentional. And he also skipped the chest below that, which is I think it's a recipe check, so there's not really much to do there unless you're desperate for like a food recipe. So I'm going to give him full credit for that one. But then again, like, you're not really watching an individual's progression and you're not really watching their practice very often. So, like, you could, make some weird plays thinking that, yeah, maybe Amadeus got stuck somewhere, game knowledge related, and, like, maybe I'll try to make some oddball plays to catch up. So, yeah, the full right side through garden play that I was talking about actually would have worked out pretty well. I don't think we saw the blue on Rolsha, but if that's nothing, going full right side and up into library would have been the right play to make up a bunch of time. After, of course, checking the Zangetsu 12 location, backup location. Okay, Yeehaw's gonna check this chest. This is a helmet, right? Yeah. They may not have seen Diablo cap in the shop, or that's just a gamble at getting it so they don't have to spend the money on it. I would have checked it. Doesn't take too long. You could also get Valkyrie Tiara, which is pretty good. All right. I'm coming back to DCC for some reason. What is going on here? What's all this then? Want some better purples maybe? You have the best purple in the game in theory. As long as you're good at close combat, which Amadeus is very good at close combat. What is this? What could they possibly want? Void Ray, I guess? Just to be safe? Does Taib take more mana than Void Ray? Is Taib 80 MP? Void Ray's 50. So it's like you cut that in like what? You cut that by a tenth if you can tap it. No, Void Ray does. I think Void Ray costs like 7 or 8. So what is it, like a few frames? So there's 60 frames in a second, of course. So maybe, yeah, no, that's like a tenth. Like, yeah, it costing 6 or 7 MP is like a tenth of a second tap. I am mind boggled at what Amadeus is doing right now. This completely opens the door back up for Yeehaw. All they have to do now is just make one key good play, and then find something like whether it's infinite food or whatever, and they can just, they really don't have to make the best play. Like, yeah, shield weapon, go to the end game. Yeah, this is bizarre, right? Like, as long as Yeehaw can take care of Bale here, that's game, because shield weapon's going to make Dom pretty... Oh, they have Foul Chew. Okay, so this is huge. Shield weapon you can use also on Bale. There's nothing that says you can't. It's just that, it's a very short range, so you're going to have to wait and do a lot of damage in spurts. Oh, no, they have Taib. I'm sorry. Not Chew. Right? Chew's the fireball and Taib is the circle. Yeah. So they have that as well. I think that was on it very early, actually. It was on BGK or Bone Mort or something like that. So they're going in. Now they have to go through Den, though. Okay, Amadeus is now going back to Glacial. I think it was a money farm. What was that for? What did they do? What did they buy? I didn't even see that. Actually, you can't do it. I was gonna rewind it, but you can't do that live, so I'm not gonna. Oh, is Yeehaw gonna check this side check for glasses? I love it. I did this in my last race as well. I was desperate for something, and little did I know I skipped glasses by unknowingly, but it's only elf ears though. Okay, yeah. So this is the pendulum swings back towards Amadeus now. For whatever reason, they wanted to farm Gargoyle, and now they're going to the end game. As long as they are good at not getting hit, this should be their race. They have Faltaib. I don't know how much recovery they have. Maybe that was the issue. They didn't have enough MP regen. They wanted to find some more, buy some more. Maybe Gargoyle had the right ingredients on its drop table to make some food. I was looking back at Yeehaw when that was going on because I wanted to see how fast they were. I noticed them going right actually, and how fast they were getting into Den. This is way closer. I mean, if it not for that 6-minute soft lock, Yeehaw would be fighting Dom right now, and be ahead, which is crazy. Man, that's so unfortunate. And Amadeus did not buy shield weapon. They might not be familiar with it again. That's a game knowledge thing. And I don't mean buy. I mean like craft. They could have crafted it for basically next to nothing. There's no reason not to have it. Like say you run out of MP right now in this fight, and you're like, oh shit, what do I do? Well, what you do is you pull out the shield weapon and you just smash Dom's face in with it. It blocks every attack. As long as the active frames are out, and she'll still hit you a couple times in between, but you just you heal up with your health. And lethal boots do poison? No, maybe they don't. I don't see her poisoned. Yeah, I don't see Dom poisoned. One of the boots poison. I don't remember which one it is. I don't think it's one that's in the treasure chest pool, which is lethal boots. So I assuming it's one of the other boots. Okay, Yi trying to get through here, using that shield weapon again. You can also just use the shield weapon to not take damage from something. Smash it, not take damage, backdash, and then retry to jump over it or whatever else you're doing. I mean, it's a huge weapon to find, and you're only going to find it in shops and craftables. It's not in the normal treasure chest pool of gear. So if you're not familiar with STS here, while Amadeus is finishing up Dom, basically what the game does when it shuffles around all the stuff that's in the treasure chest is it shuffles around not just the color of the chest, but also the item type that's in each chest. So blue chest stuff goes anywhere, right? But when it comes to green chests, the recipes and hairband stuff stays in its own pool. The weapons stay in their own pool. The armor stays in their own pool. The accessories stay in their own pool. This includes the breakable walls as well. So when you run by something, like say Yeehaw is going to do this check in the wall down here, this is always going to be an accessory no matter what. However, it only shuffles around the items that normally would appear in those places. So if it's a craftable only accessory, it will not show up in the STS flags in that wall or in any chest that contains an accessory. However, some of the best accessories in the game, including the Jeebles glasses, are in that pool. So that's why you check those things at all times. But that's why you won't see a lot of the cooler weapons picked up, because you either have to craft them or buy them from the shop, where we have all shuffle on for crafting for buyable and for the quests, the quest rewards. So in theory, I believe you could get Jeebles glasses as a quest reward, or you could definitely get a shop crafted accessory, I think, as well. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. I don't know exactly how that works, but you can. I think it's full shuffled. So your quest reward, if your quest rewards an accessory, like the first quest rewards a ring or several rings, that is always going to be an accessory reward, and I'm pretty sure it can be glasses. All right, so Amadeus still fighting Dom. She's still not dead yet, and Yeehaw is literally caught up. I mean, if Yeehaw doesn't have any problems in their combat here, they would have won this race if it wasn't for that technical issue, which is like the mega feel bad Omega. I wouldn't even want to win. If I was Ama and I won this, I wouldn't even want to win. Because that's just you want to win because you were the better player and you made the better decisions. You never want to win on a technicality. Okay, so yeah, Yi is in with the shield weapon, not doing a ton of damage, but again, it's very, very safe. The times when Dom's going to hit you the most are on the jumping slashes, when the very tip of Miriam's head is not invulnerable. So sometimes when she jumps and slashes, she will hit that very part, and the hitbox on the scarf is ridiculous. So if she puts that scarf out low enough through her jump, she will snap you in the dome. But the shield weapon doesn't care what attack it is; it blocks everything. The only thing you really have to be careful about is the beam. The beam is 100% active, so you can't just smash through and not get hit by the big Doctor Doom assist. All right, I'm using that Fal Taib, getting the best RNG lizard first. Save 15% on your car insurance with Geico. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. I got like a dozen of them for Lizard. Still not able to get the one cycle though. Unfortunately though, Bale doesn't really have any way to infinite combo you like Dom does, so Amadeus is going to wrap this up and take it home. Even if they run out of MP, that joyously does enough damage to where they will go ahead and get this. Okay, Cat maybe is the one way out. There is a potential death waiting for Amadeus in the lava pit of doom. If they can't finish off the cat before it summons it, and they can't stay on the platforms with double jump properly. Also, they could just accidentally get hit by the giant cat laser and fall into the lava while they're trying to stay on the platforms. That's also possible. No high jump to stay up at the top of the screen either for maximum safety. There's the lava. Okay, let's watch this. Okay, yeah. With double jump, though. Oh, into the pit. All right. You can just, dive kick off their head. Very smart, very safe. You can't get the same animal head thing twice in a row. So just let the cat be over with. They had healing as well. All right, let the cat be over with. Go ahead and 3-cycle it just to be safe. Your opponent hasn't finished yet. Better safe than sorry. I like this. Yeah, and as you can see, the shield weapon, although it's very safe, Yi's still fighting down there. It does not have great attack power. So if you don't have like good attack power accessories or something to like really boost your attack power up, it's going to be Yi takes a double hit from the Doom Beam. Yeah, you cannot. The shield weapon is not fully invincible through its entire recovery, and you cannot swing while you're still in the invincibility. So there are some frames where you're vulnerable no matter what. And the beam is just so active that it just doesn't care about the shield weapon. I don't believe a human being can swing it fast enough. A Taz maybe maybe it is fully active through recovery, but it still takes a frame or two to swing again if you're a human being. So I don't, because the attack isn't fully cancelable. It's not like Rava. So I don't know. Maybe a Taz could do it, but a human being is never going to be able to survive through the beam with just shield weapon swings. If they did, I'd have to ask for their equipment to be inspected. This person's playing with a turbo controller. Call a judge. And that's, again, I think there's a frame or two of inactivity on the shield weapon. It doesn't look like it's invulnerable through its entire recovery, though. Maybe like the last frame or two, it's not. But even if it is, having a frame or two where you have to re-swing it. Yeah, you can see right there that Yeehaw got hit in between swings there. So, on that frame or two that the shield wasn't out, you can get hit. All right. Ama not being able to finish off Bale. Wow. And then, getting Cat again, which is not good. Oh, if they die here, it's Yeehaw's race. Oh my god! Oh my days! Amadeus goes down, and all of a sudden, just like that, Yeehaw is from 6 minutes behind from a technical issue, is now in the lead as long as they can survive the Doom Beam. Oh, Dom has to be close to dead. She's in phase 2. She doesn't do the Doom Beam until phase 2. If you're Yeehaw here and your opponent hasn't finished, is this where you bust out Fal Taib and try to finish her? See, this is the thing. Once you get Dom super low health, you've already been through 2 cycles of beam. She's got to be low enough to where if you bust out Fal Taib here, you could probably, and waste 1 bar of mana, I think you can probably safely kill her. Okay, he's gonna stick with shield weapon. Oh my days. You can see what not having high jump and invert can do if you get unlucky. I thought Amadeus had the healing there to survive, but apparently not. And they didn't get enough damage in on the whatever head came in between both kitty cats. Wow. Unreal, man. Unreal. This race was depressing for like 42 minutes. And then all of a sudden... wow. Karmic Justice for Yi? It still could go either way in theory. I mean, Amadeus could get this faster Dom kill in with the Faltib and then just get like Lizard, Demon Lizard. Oh, there's Dom down for Yi. I don't see any way Dom drops this kill. Because they didn't have to use... I don't see any way Yi drops the kill on Bale because they didn't have to use any resources to kill Dom. They just shield weaponed her. So all their MP recovery is going to be intact. Taib is good for this fight as well. They don't have invert though, so they do need to dodge cat RNG, I guess. Oh, they also have Chisel Barrage. That's even better. Where did they get Chisel Barrage from? Chromask? Yeah. Okay. Ooh, I would have used the luck food there for the crit. I don't think any of this damage. Some of this damage maybe. Oh, this right here. The Tiz damage would be reduced by mind, I believe. But I think everything else. Or maybe the rings and this green thing are count as magic. Ooh, meteors to the face. Oh wow. Wow, Amadeus is back into this fight. Much more quick kill on Dom, but they have a much more dangerous fight to go through, and they have arguably worse damage because they can't do damage at range because they don't have Chisel Barrage. They only have the Fal Taib, and I don't know if they have as much recovery as Yeehaw does. This could go either way. Oh, that's so much damage from Chisel Barrage. And then Yeehaw can just get shield swings in here. Yep, for free. Don't have to worry about getting hit. Nothing in this fight is as active as that Dom Beam except for the lava. And even then, the lava is not as active in terms of dealing you a ton of damage because the lava actually ticks at the same rate as all the environmental damage in the game. So like spikes and stuff, which means it can only damage you once per X amount of frames, no matter if you stand in it or not. Whereas that stupid Dom Doom Assist can like... is way more active. It's like Void Ray and stuff. It's like it ticks way faster. Wow. Okay, what's the RNG here? I didn't see what Amadeus had first. I was too busy watching to the Chisel Barrage damage. All right. Okay. So Landlord into Lizard for Yeehaw. That's pretty good. Slow on Landlord, but don't have to deal with the cat RNG. No lava here. Keep your lava to yourself. Keep that lava in Lethal Lava Land where it belongs. Okay, Amadeus is behind. Ooh, and gets the cat. Oh, that's not good. Lizard gonna take a bunch of damage from Chisel Barrage here. Spend the cash. Spend that resource. Okay, no more MP regen. Gram slashes. Doing a little bit more damage than the shield weapon. I don't love it though. I think you want to make sure you can just stay safe. Shield weapon swings faster, a little bit faster. Okay, just healing. So they're both runners are out of MP now. It's gonna come down to RNG, I think. If Yeehaw gets Oni here, I think it's over. And their miracle comeback will be complete. They get Oni. They get Oni. It's got to be close to dead. Chisel Barrage did a ton of work. Oh, don't die to Tis. Oh, they have some ethers left. Use those ethers. Use those ethers and barrage a little bit more. I guess you could be saving the ethers. Your opponent hasn't finished yet, right? So maybe you're saving the ethers for, like, if you unluckily roll cat, and then you try to kill the cat before it lavas you. Ooh, that was a beefy, meaty Tis hit that I don't think you needed to take. Don't get hit again. Okay, yep, dodge the ring. Oh, no. Amadeus got Oni, which is not great. That's slow. Oh, there we go. Shield weapon. Shield weapon, baby. Oh, no. Heal, 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 heal. Okay. Yeehaw's out of healing now. Yeah, stay in the pocket with the shield weapon. Oh, my God. Another spin around the fucking carousel. Unreal. What is this, a 5 cycle? 6 cycle? Yeah, use those ethers. Chisel Barrage. You get, like, what? Like 2 seconds of Chisel Barrage out of this? Oh, clutch shield weapon swing. Lizard again. Yeehaw just getting... Starting with Landward, not good, but then getting best RNG from there. Nice double jump over the green stuff. Guards against that. Beautiful. Finish it. Maybe wait for the lizard to stop and then... Yeah, been regenerating mana this whole time as well. Wait for the lizard to stop. Blow the rest of the mana on Chisel Barrage. Amadeus there. Got a lizard themselves, but they're in the same boat. They have a better weapon. Oh, I had to pull up there. Unfortunate. Get in there, Chisel Barrage! Oh, man. Oh, Amadeus pulls it off. The Joyze was the... Oh, and he dies. They were out of healing. Oh, what a race. What a race. Oh, no. I don't know if that is probably more than a 6-minute time loss, killing Dom with the shield weapon. And nothing but the shield weapon. Oh, I feel so much better. I feel so much better about this game now, with the way that ended. Because I could see this is definitely the race of the tournament. I mean, we've had some ridiculous matches, but this had everything. It had technical issues, an insane, unprobable comeback, down to the wire, completely different choices on what itemization to use, some route differentiation, not too much, but I mean, oh my goodness, oh my days, and Yi did die, and then that probably would have made up for the technical issues. So, like, all being fair, that takes that out of it as well. But, man, what a story that would have been if he gets the win there at the end. If they just have, like, one more mana potion. Wow. Amadeus did have to die to Cat, though, for it to be close. But, yeah. Holy crap. Guys, that was amazing. Yeah, absolutely. Hold on. Let me pause the... Let me pause this. We're going to talk to Yeehaw now and get his thoughts. Yee, man, what a race.
Yeah.
What?
So I've had the advantage of having a day off. And also, I went back into the seed and started running around. Like,
Okay.
Amadeus didn't have that.
Yeah, you had Chisel Barrage and he did not.
It's not just that. That single ether you saw me use right towards the end of the fight, that was the only MP healing either of us had.
Okay, and do you remember where you picked that up? Because he skipped like the first brown chest.
I got it in just like a random blue chest somewhere.
Okay.
So, what I did find out later when I went back into the seed and started running back through everything,
Mm-hmm.
if one of us had gone to train, clearing train, and it upgraded the shop, and high ethers became available.
Okay, yeah, because there's 2 points in the game where the shop expands. There's the train, and then I can't remember what the other one is.
Yeah, I don't remember where the second one is, but the train popped it straight to the second one. So
Right.
they're actually being subneated. The shield weapon I had wasn't the 32-bit version. I was rocking the 16-bit version.
That's why it's doing such little damage. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it was doing such little damage.
Hmm.
I know Jupe and Rainbow were just losing their mind about me dashing back and forth with the shield.
Yeah.
I know you were just saying that.
And it's like with the shield weapon, is it fully invulnerable through the recovery frames? Do you know?
I'm
Like,
not 100% sure, but if if when you watch back, and I know Amadeus is listening to this,
hmm.
I think it is because there's a lot of times where I get the block when she's on the follow through, and there's Amadeus.
Yeah, there's
That jump in.
I think it is as well, but you have that like frame or two before you have to reswing it where you can get hit, and if it's something that's super active like the Doom Beam or like any kind of hazard, you can't have 100% uptime on it. Now maybe a Taz could. That's my theory. I was if but in that one frame you should still be able to get hit, right? So,
Yeah,
but wow.
and then there's one more thing that I found out when I went back to the sea and I started just exploring. It's not
Hmm.
Jeebus glasses, it's Jeebus scuba gear.
So it was underwater.
So it was underwater in that check that requires literally DS or reflector ray on top of deep sea.
And sinker. Okay, yeah. So it's in that. It's a green chest in the like the big room on the right side, in the
Right
one of the
before
underwater rooms.
right before you get to the end of the underwater episode.
Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, wow though. Like, oh, it was like 6 minutes. It looked like you lost
Yeah,
to the
that's
soft lock.
estimating.
Yeah, that's what I looked at the timer, the IRL timer, and it looked like about 6 minutes. So that was crazy that it still ended up being so close. Amadeus, is your mic? Are you good?
Yeah, I was just popping in here because
Cool.
I wanted to hear Yeehaw. He's not really audible in your stream. I don't know if
Oh, it might
Discord audio is cut off or something.
it might be. You know what? It might be that I have a separate audio. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I was just curious his thoughts. I mean, it's such a crazy match. I watched it again this morning and I was like, oh my gosh. By the end of it, my palms were sweaty again just from watching it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like this is my second rewatch on the whole thing. I rewatched it while Jupe was still streaming the back halves of this stuff in Yu-Gi-Oh, and I came back and was like, wow, that was a nail biter.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking like maybe like 5 to 6 seconds, and if you didn't die when you would have killed it, probably because Bale had to be almost dead with the amount of damage you did to it with Chisel Barrage and everything.
Yeah,
If you would have had one more mana potion, you might have won. Do you remember if you checked that little breakable ledge in the first big garden room that's right above what you need like reflector ray or double jump or whatever? Because sometimes a food can pop out of there or a potion can pop out of there.
no, I didn't check that.
Okay, yeah, that's something that a lot of people forget. I mean, I forgot. I forgot the accessory check above.
I never went there.
Oh yeah, that's right. You actually came down through the ceiling and just went right over.
Yeah,
You didn't come through that left entrance where you normally would come in.
I never went through that entrance.
I really like your routing choice where you went to the Zangetsu To backup location first, which lets you skip Craftwork, which puts you in a position to actually win it. If you didn't do that, if you went to Craftwork, you'd have been another probably like 30 seconds to a minute behind. And then like so that was a genius bit of routing. Like my theory was, what you could have maybe done, knowing you're 6 minutes behind, was like try to maybe check that spot just to make sure you don't lose to the backup Zangetsu 12, but then maybe orphan the white shard all the way on the left to DCC, and then go full right across garden and either in the library, get your ID and down in a train, or maybe even go up to Velik and check that key item, hoping like if it's Zangetsu 12 isn't in the backup location, it's in this one of these weird spots where you know like Amadeus isn't even going to go there.
Yeah, the only, I think the only change I would have tried to make in hindsight is and I should have known this from just the weekly seed that we've got up right now. Just not even checking the white canister in Cathedral.
Yeah, I think especially if you think you're behind that far, That's like a prime thing to orphan because you save a ton of time going that way. And what you ended up doing turned out to be 100% correct. Like that's where everything was. But did like the thought of maybe I have to make that kind of play cross your mind at all?
Yeah, it crossed my mind, but the temptation to hit invert high jump or even double jump was just a little bit too much because
Mm-hmm.
it just it was weird because I got to the shop that first time and I was looking at what was in the shop and I saw there was no ethers. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be one of these, just another L zip seed.
Mm-hmm. But there was a shield weapon, which I know you would pick up when you did, and Amadeus didn't pick that up. And I don't know if that's a game knowledge thing or they were just more confident in their ability to.
Yes, do you know about shield weapon with the
Yeah, are
ethers?
you
Watched the VOD and my jaw was to the floor that you can just do
right?
that. That's
Yeah.
insane. I had no
And
idea.
actually, like I was running this game, I had no idea about it either until Yeehaw told me, "Hey, buy that," when he was watching me practice, and that this is what this does because I didn't run across it in my casual playthrough of the game when I first bought it. Right, I'm staring at all these things I can do with an 8-bit coin, and I'm not thinking I'm going for what's the biggest damage weapon that's not a great sword, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I had no idea. I still don't really know like how to manage the crafting because there's so much.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
So many
yeah.
things.
so many
Like
things to craft.
Yeah, and then the recipes you pick up in random green chests can also they'll also unlock like whatever that slot is in the base game, and then that's randomized. So if you run across a green chest and you pick up like fine equipment, when you go back to the shop, there might be something new to craft there.
And that actually reminds me,
Food recipes too.
there was a potential recipe or hair check
Hmm.
that in the library that I didn't go for. The one next to the room you have to push the bookshelf back in, or the one where the first one you would be pulling the bookshelves out. If you go to the bottom left and go
Right.
down,
Yeah. There's a
there's that check that I just
beneath the Relshaw and
yeah.
where you have to have some kind of movement to get up into the next room to go to the to Odie's area.
Because I did see
Yeah.
strawberries as I was going along.
Oh, so
That would have been a P restoration potentially.
yeah, with the heavy cream in the shop, was it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
think I think that drink might have been could have been craftable potentially. That might have been a worthwhile check. Um, I can think of some other things that I probably shouldn't have done. I had some weird menuing mishaps as well. Um, I know I used Graham somewhat effectively as I was going through, and I know Amadeus actually overused Graham in
Yeah,
his
it's tricky, right? Like if you know you're gonna run across a flat area and there's maybe a save room at the end, you can get your MP back. You want to use it, but then there's other rooms where it doesn't make sense, or there's too
the
many enemies in
second
the way.
time the second time through the boat, it might have been a better idea for me to just get dimension shift and get the hell out.
Hmm. Yeah, because you already knew what you had seen before you'd locked, right? So then you could have skipped more
The
things.
first one, because we didn't get Zangetsuto until later on, um, Bromide was right away, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was the first chest.
Yeah, Bromide was the first chest. Anything else at that point, whatever.
Right.
Didn't that end up being like Celeste Key or something?
Um.
I think so. It was a key that wasn't useful.
Yeah.
It was an unuseful key, so
Yeah. There was nothing else.
sense for me to just
There was no kung fu shoes for you to get, or not like you need it with dimension shift anyway. But what else would you even need?
and part of the reason I didn't warp out until right before the boss fight was because I just blanked on if I had managed to pick up the waystone yet. And I had because I had two when I did it. I was like, oh, yep, I could have warped out way earlier.
Yeah.
Not that it makes sense or even matter that much.
When racing randomizers, the people who don't race or play themselves often forget like how much of the mental stack it takes to not only remember what you found, but remember to use it in the right places.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of if and then logic type stuff too. Like, well, if I use this now, later on, I won't have like say you have one waystone. If I use the waystone now, and then I have to go all the way over to the other side of the castle, I'm going to lose a bunch of time. But then if so go ahead, Amma. What were you going to say there?
I was just gonna say, like on the boat, there was I believe a gambler's ring on the accessory place, which I mean that's pretty nice for.
Yeah, you skipped that, right?
Yeah, I didn't even think about going up there.
I just ran a race where Jeebles was up there and I forgot to check it, and we had dimension shift. So, yeah, it
Yeah,
happens to the best players too.
a knowledge issue of below Zangetsu 1. There's the weapon chest on the far left.
Oh
Where
yeah, in the wall, and you skip that too.
yeah, so the only thing I grabbed was the one weapon, and then I went up, and I didn't even know there was another check down there in the wall. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you also skip the room on the right, I believe, too, which also has a weapon.
Yeah, the two checks to the right. I didn't know that the chest in the middle there, like the normal, what is it, green one, or oh, I think it's a blue chest or whatever.
Hmm.
But it can randomize to being a green chest. It
Right.
actually had moon belt, and the weapon to the right was Valk, which
Wow.
didn't really matter 'cause I had a better weapon.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need
Yeah,
a moon
yeah.
belt and a sword
Yeah.
because I just
Yeah, the rapier swings a little faster, and it's a little different hitbox, but it has a couple more attack power, I think. Now,
Yeah,
I,
that was a good. I mean, between Joyous and Shield Weapon, I knew about the properties on Shield Weapon. Not knowing if I had not known that, Joyous probably would have been my pick for crafting.
and with the crafting, both of them were like one was iron and bronze, and the other one was just bronze, I believe. So I was surprised that there wasn't any drops or like chests that were allow both of you to get both. There may have been, I don't know. I just didn't see it. It's tough when you're watching too, of course, to go back and forth to pay attention to something like as minute as a item drop. Shards you can see on the screen, right, and you hear the audio. I have a one other question for you. Well, about this particular race. When you were going through library, you actually went down in a different way from the top, and you got that extra accessory check in. That was intentional, correct? Because then you did check the green chest below, which I think is just a recipe chest.
yeah, that was intentional.
Okay, yeah. So you've been studying.
Yeah, I got lost. I lost to Hapra. I watched his route and my route, and pretty much the only reason I lost was because I didn't go through the library efficiently. I took like two wrong turns,
Hmm.
and that cost me like, I mean, I lost by like 6 or 7 minutes, and I lost like almost 2 or 3 minutes to just not knowing how to get through the library. So I studied that area like crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot of information to take in. And what DS you play a DS Mania, right? That's where you're like known. You're
I played the Game Boy ones.
okay. The Game Boy,
Circle of the Moon's like my main speed game.
right? And
I
that
played Aria of Sorrow
so
Randomizer a lot.
okay, yeah. So if anybody's wondering why your actual manual skill is so good, it's because you're coming from similar games and you're already very good at those.
Yeah, mostly just Harmony and Aria are
Hmm.
the main
I
skill
came from
gamers.
classic Tetris.
Yeah, right. Hey, that's I love classic Tetris. I'm super excited for the world like the way the game's evolved. I mean, we could have a whole different conversation just about how cool. I mean, and also I'm as a fighting game person, James Chen calls the world champion. I mean, that's awesome.
It's funny because this technically is my first speed game.
Right. So
Randomizer racing is a little different than actual speed running, but it's still a speed thing. This is literally the first like speed game I picked up.
what other randomizers have you had experience with?
I've goofed around with the Soten randomizer and the Link to
Hmm.
the Past Super Metroid combo randomizer, but
Cool.
incredibly casually, just like, oh hey, I know these, I know Soten. I've played through Soten tons of times. I've played through Super Metroid a ton of times. I played through A Link to the Past a couple of times in my life. I thought, let's give it a shot. And I thought they were fun, but it's just like you have to play on computer.
Yeah. Right.
I really want to play on computer. I'm a console guy.
Yeah, I think Zelda 3 I think was the first randomizer I even attempted. So Link to the Past. I never really got into racing it or anything like that, but yeah, Final Fantasy 4 is actually the randomizer I came from that I played probably the most of, and I still play a little bit. Free Enterprise, which is if you like RPG speedruns, it's pretty great. There's a lot of things that can happen in them. They're way shorter usually than your average RPG run because they give you the airship right away. So if you've ever played a Final Fantasy game before, you know that being able to travel almost anywhere from the beginning will speed things up quite a bit. Yeah, so it's a lot of fun, and I've always been a huge fan of Soten. My hands just they're old and they don't do 3/4 circles very well.
Yeah.
So when I saw Jupiter running Bloodstains randomizer, I was like, okay, let me pay attention. And then once the STS set was reliable enough, and then you could play with your friends on console and race, and I was like, all right, it's time to get into like an actual non RPG platformer style game. 'Cause I would love to try Sultan's randomizer, but yeah, wing smashing is just, and I know I could probably learn how to do it well, but man, that's just like a barrier of practice that I'm not willing to put in for right now. Maybe in the future, you never know. I do have the arcade stick that would probably help quite a bit.
You know, I mentioned to Dragon Blitz at one point, like right after SGDQ, because I actually got to talk to him at SGDQ.
Mhm.
Um, this race, when I'm racing, I'm actually using an Xbox Elite Series 2 controller,
Mhm.
specifically because I offload my back dashing with the back paddles, and those buttons are really weird. But one of the other things about the Elite Series 2's controllers is if you've ever seen that like disc D-pad thing that it's got,
Mhm.
it's way smoother on your phone.
Right. So I've got, just to kind of illustrate, let me make my camera bigger here. So this is let me turn this on. This is an old. This is the last controller from Xbox. So you can see how there's this like broken, kind of like weird D-pad here, and on the new Xbox controllers, it's actually like this is all bridged together, right, like the old style.
Yeah.
And then that makes it easier to do like an actual Street Fighter style motion, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
But the Elite Series 2s have the removable, like the magnetic removable ones with it, and it's got a smoother disc than the like the series controllers,
Mm-hmm.
which have more of a dip to them, but they also have more of a, I don't know if you can hear it. No, it's probably not.
More of like a mechanical esque kind of like lever
Yeah,
that
it's got more
you can feel it. Yeah.
disc play stuff.
Yeah, people always used to make fun of me for playing with an original Xbox controller on like old games, but I mean that original Xbox controller D-pad with the smooth to protruding like wavy thing with all eight, you know, like you could feel all eight directions being able to be pressed. You say what you want, but doing a King of Fighters style super is so much easier on that thing than. So it's cool to see Xbox go back in that direction actually, because I'm really not a fan of the not having an actual spot on the controller where you can hit a diagonal and be sure you hit it. So yeah, if anybody out there is looking for different controllers, you know, I probably would recommend that one over even the one I use, just because if you know you want to play multiple games with it where you need that diagonal input, like anything that makes that easier to hit is going to be great.
I also have an Xbox One Duke.
Yeah, I love it. I still have a modded Xbox One in the closet that I bust out and I'll play some of the old classic Xbox exclusive games.
The original Xbox controller, the weird giant one.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. That D-pad is amazing.
Not for this.
Well, yeah, maybe not for this game because of the how often you have to press, depress, and press another button at the same time. But yeah, but for like doing like super moves in fighting games or like a wing smash, it's great because the diagonals you won't miss the diagonals like you do on.
I've used it for like Monster Hunter World and some other like just really, especially I know a lot of people get crap for being so big, but my hands are the size where that controller just feels good in it.
Amen, brother. Yep.
Like I'm just barely the size where it feels good, but it's just like man, this Nintendo controller's hurting my hand. I don't like the dual sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Play some games on the Duke today.
Okay. Well, do you guys have anything else you wanted to add about the race or thoughts? The closing thoughts. Thanks for giving us the race of the tournament. I'll say that. I mean,
Yeah, I've said it. This is the early front. I mean, we're real early in the tournament.
I thought there's
for game of the tournament.
yeah, there's been like three matches where or three individual races where I thought, oh, there's no way that anybody's gonna be able to one up that, and then it's happened, and then this is like the fourth time. I'm like, there's no way that we'll have a better race, and then now we we do. So, yeah,
Yeah, it's making the tournament like so. It's shocking how exciting this tournament is, especially for the inaugural one. Like every round one set going
game
to
three.
game three
Yeah.
is wild. I don't know if I've seen that. That's crazy. Every single one. It was, and then like every set had one game that was like stand out, insanely good, and then yeah, it just keeps happening. So
And we just had of the sets that have been played, ours was just the worst.
But
By
yeah,
far and away the worst. 'Cause
yeah,
we had a hell zip seed, a cover the entire map seed, and then another hell zip seed. Everybody else was just like what was it? Scott and Gankra had. They didn't have zips, but they had mid-range stuff.
yeah.
Scott kind of went off into on his adventures on one of them. Gankra got hung up on something else.
Hmm.
I'm blanking on Trixie and Axel stuff because I only like skimmed back through it, but they had like a zip and a moderate, and like easy zip and a moderate, I think, and then it's just us getting our faces put into the grinders.
yeah, that first seed was not friendly for how little I played. Like if I play it back now, like it's not as bad because I didn't know about curse rings. I didn't know how to manipulate.
Oh yeah, I remember
I
that.
didn't know anything. So I went back and I bought curse rings and I came back and I've beaten Bale like 8 times on that seed. Like it was
Yeah.
really just if I bought curse rings, but it made it way more exciting. You know, for sure. And like having two like being literally like 2 or 3 hits away on Bale and dying definitely made it exciting. Even if it cost me, it was so
Yeah.
fun to watch back.
One.
Completely unsurprised by your 18-minute IGT on that super zip that you were using.
Oh, I may want to check that time again.
Oh, you cranked it out further.
It may be a 1640 at the
That's
moment.
40 now. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. Tony, have you tried that one?
No, I haven't, but I might tomorrow. But, one thing I wanted to throw in there just to piggyback off of that is what you will see with Bloodstained Ritual is the variance is so high that you can win a seed based off of purely just knowing more than your opponent. There's some seeds like we were talking about where you only see a quarter of the castle. There's some seeds where you have to go into like volcano area. You have to maybe go to desert. You maybe have to go into OSL, which is a pain in its own right. And like we're gonna see a seed at some point in this tournament where somebody like Kamikaze has dimension shift, and there's gonna be like nothing else good anywhere else. Yeah, right. Okay, yeah. So, but you're gonna have even less resources. Like yeah, and we're gonna see more of that. And there's some people are gonna not know like how to get through some of those rooms, and you can even if your combat's not insane like mine, or your movement's not as good, your backdashing isn't perfect, you can still win. With just knowledge and shard drops. So it's cool to see so many different people participating in it. And it's been a lot of fun to cast the weeklies. Hopefully, I'll be able to get in on a tournament match at some point. There's one tomorrow. I don't know if anybody's going to get in that. Hopefully, somebody does. But it's also been cool to hear different commentators as well. So hopefully, everybody gets a round or two where they get to get in on the mic and give their thoughts about what's going on.
Yeah, I'm doing one on
Wednesday? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
You got Marks and Fran. The thing for you to watch out is Fran is literally the library for this game.
Right. And she will make some crazy awesome plays. And hopefully you'll see some.
She will never farm Orlok ever.
Yeah.
She will lose a race rather than farm Orlok.
Yeah, and we've seen that in other games too. Like in Soten, some people just like I am hard skipping, merman statue location. I'm hard skipping creature no matter what because it's just not enough. Like if I lose the one race out of 20 because of it, no, I'm comfortable with that, and that's great. However, it is also a counterplay for your opponent to if they know that you're going to do that, you know.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of like having hard rules like that. I feel like I think generally like if you can do things quickly, um, you just do them. I'm not a big fan of like hard orphaning checks, but that's just my style. Like obviously I just am good at execution, so I just do that as much as I can. But I get the philosophy of like I will never go to 8-bit. Like I get it.
I mean, I agree with you. Even if you do that, I think it's a good bluff where you maybe DB in the last in the Lycan tournament, he hard skipped. Well, it was Merman, right? Twice, both races, and he won a tournament off of it because Jupiter went there both times and there was nothing. And even if that's like your rule, or you always check it, and then the best card players in the world will be like, right when the opponent thinks they know what you're going to do, that's when you should just do the opposite, even if it's not the correct thing to do, because that still gives you like a better chance, to win or, to break even or whatever than just doing the same thing.
This playing your opponent thing is actually relatively new.
Right. Especially coming from Tetris where you get the same bricks. Yeah.
Well, even in the matches where we don't get the same stuff because we'll play non same type shuffle or
Hmm.
non same seed because there are people that just can't do it. They don't have the cards for it or whatever.
Oh yeah, the equipment.
It's
Yeah.
still like if it wasn't for the restreamer, I wouldn't even know what the hell my opponent was doing.
Hmm.
It's totally different. Like in Tetris, we're actively listening to the restreamer. So if the restreamer's off telling jokes or whatever, which does happen,
Yeah, because in this game, there's nothing that they can disclose to you that you don't already know in real time. So there's nothing wrong with listening to the commentary or whatever, right? Yeah. I mean, when you do a head-to-head match in a tournament, you're sitting right next to your opponent. You can see what they're doing. You can get what like 120k points ahead, and then you know start to play safer if you look over and see your opponent struggling if they have a bad stack or
just
whatever.
tap out by accident.
Yeah.
Tetris.
Yeah, but it makes for great watching because you could see somebody get that far behind and then somebody bricks and then they look over and go, okay, I only have to get 6 Tetrises or whatever to catch up. They get there and then they pass them up and then that's it, right? So it's another whole other level of layer to the strategy of it, which is really cool and I think it's pretty engaging to be honest. But yeah, playing the player is. It's going to become a bigger factor as we go deeper, of course, because you're going to watch more matches of the people you're playing. And then, even if it's subconsciously, you're going to be thinking, oh, I've seen them go this way 3 or 4 times. And if you maybe had a bad shop or whatever, or you had some bad farms, which happens all the time in this game, anybody might decide, okay, I'm going to make a weird routing choice because I think I need to. And I think the other person never does, right? So,
I mean, that's what happened. Like the first race I did, I ended up beating Fran, but it's because I was like, I'm gonna, like, if I just play normally, I'm definitely gonna lose. So I went out of my way and farmed 8-bit, which ended up giving me a win. I like hard committed to it. I went through it like 2 or 3 times before I got it, and I won. But the only reason I did it is because, like, yeah, I know I for one can't win. Maybe now I probably wouldn't do something like that, but on my first race, I'm like, I'm so bad, I can't. I have to do something stupid, and yeah, that's definitely a skill to develop.
yeah, you have this giant castle. You don't know where half of the rooms, what's in half of the rooms, right? You have to make a play, right? So, I mean, in the race I just did too, like, I figured there's no way with this good stuff early that I can win this without doing something crazy. So that's what I did. Didn't pay off, but you still have to take the chance. That's part of being a good racer as well. Like understanding what kind of situation you're in. Do I have to gamble? How big of a gamble do I want to do? Calculating that and then going for it. Sometimes you can't win, and you have to accept that. But you can give yourself the best chance to win, even if that's a dice roll. With the farming and stuff in this game. So it's
This
gonna be
game's a perfect example
yeah.
of that. I had that lock right at the start, and I was like, okay, I'm probably gonna get smoked on this one.
Yep.
And when
But that's a reason to love it though. A lot of people that normally wouldn't think they have any chance at even like Soten can join a tournament like this and they can go very far, if they make the right decisions. So you could see when Hat plays like how ridiculously good his execution is, right? But it's not. He's not unbeatable. Yeah, you exactly. He's already been proven that you can beat the world record holder. So, like I hope that the matches continue to be as good as this. I'm sure they will. And who knows? Like the next tournament, you might see. We've had people jump in Discord and everything. They caught a tournament match, didn't even know there was a tournament going on, and now they're locked in. They're going to watch every match. So, this is great. Having the host from Bobby and from Jupe, to have more eyes on it. Some people that maybe watch them for their other games. They're seeing Bloodstain. They're like, oh, maybe I should check this out. Maybe I should buy it. And that's only going to help us get maybe more updates, or a sequel, I guess, is in the works right now, probably.
Yeah, 505 straight up said that they are.
They're making a second one, yeah. Hopefully, it won't take 8 years to make, but
Right.
yeah, but yeah, I mean, even if they come back and touch this up and they can get some of those soft locks out, so we don't have to have people vetting, and maybe we can get a couple of the soft locks like you had happen to you in this race removed or fixed. That would be great, and it'd be great for the longevity of continuing to play Bloodstained Ritual 1, for a long time. So, yeah, I mean, anything else, guys?
Not really. I'm just excited. I'm now like so excited for this tournament. I just kind of entered like, oh, this is like a game that I can learn and like, can I get? Because I entered like, I saw the trailer for the tournament like a day after registration closed, and I'm like, I'm gonna ask Jupe if I can enter, and I just thought it'd be like, I'll probably go like 0-2, but we'll see how it is. But now I'm like, these matches have been so good. I'm super hooked and excited for the whole tournament. I'm watching every match. I'm like, I'm so invested already.
It's funny because when you popped in and you're like, ah man, I missed it by a day. I'm like, I'm the one that's gonna get moved in. I'll move down to play you. Let's get him in. Let's have him. Honestly, if we had one more person, it would have been great because we could have moved. It would have moved Dr. Marks out down. We would have had a full four match first round.
Yeah, more matches is always good.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I was able to sneak on in. I was really, really
I am looking forward to you against Happer because I kind of mentioned it. That's gonna be an execution fest.
Yep. Yeah, well said. And also, like this may be more than any other randomizer that I can think of, especially in tournament. Anybody in theory could win this. There's not a lot of other randomizer games where you can watch them and yeah, you're like, all right, well, there's like 4 or 5 people that are really gonna like eventually if enough seeds get played or whatever. No, I mean with this game, you literally could go hot on farm luck. You could make the right decisions, and you could win it. So yeah, it's only going to be get better with every match, and I'm looking forward to watching the rest of it as well. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I will cut this and get it uploaded, and so that way, if anybody wants to hear our conversation, they can.
Oh yeah, wait until you see your face when the soft lock happens.
Yeah,
watch. I just came in
I was
and saw you freaking out, and I'm like, I need to check this VOD out.
yeah, I try to get animated and like get the energy across, and I was being a little bit more reserved in this one because it's a little later at night, and I don't live alone, so like I'm not trying to wake anybody else up in the house. But yeah, I mean that point when the soft lock happens, and then at the end when you died to the cat, and then it became all of a sudden like neck and neck. Yeah, I couldn't help myself. I had to get super hype in those 2 moments. Like, oh my gosh, Yeah, I just got to get rid of the few curse words I let slip through, and then I think it'll be good to go.
I gotta make a sandwich.
Yeah, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. Appreciate it. Yeah, we'll do this again. Absolutely. If we and I'll continue to try to cast the late shift races as well. Get more eyes on those as well. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for a great race.
Yep.
Catch you later. See ya.
All right. So if you watch this on YouTube, thanks everybody for tuning into this. Please make sure you join the Discord. There should be a link in the description. and do us a favor. I don't care if you follow me, but please go and follow all the runners on Twitch and the YouTube if they have it. Also, you want to follow tournament host and racer JupiterClimb, and please follow Bobby as well on Twitch, who is not participating but is hosting some of the matches in addition to JupeStream. That's where you can watch all these tournament matches. The schedule is online. It's in Discord. Join on up. We look forward to seeing you guys in the chat, and we look forward to a lot of more of you entering the next tournament. And that's where I'm going to sign off for today. But yeah, buy Bloodstain, play Bloodstain. Thank you, Based Ega.